Welcome back to Undefendable. We're doing a sneak peek, actually not a sneak peek, a first reveal, first look at the newly revealed third hero of the Vanguard Kickstarter set for Dice Throne. Let's go ahead and watch the video, and we'll do a quick breakdown afterwards. This is my first time watching it as well. Ooh, Sun Elf. Love that. Very cool. Huh. 9 to 14. All right. So you and I watched it for the first time. Maybe you've already seen this. That was my first time. The Sun Elf. Love the artwork here. Kickstarter October 14th for the Vanguard set. Let's do a quick review and see what we can find out about this Sun Elf. Let's get a good look at her kit. Let's see if we can get a good shot here. This one seems to be pretty good. Okay, so again, artwork, stunning. Looks like her dice are going to be 3, 2, 1, 3 staffs, 2 eyeballs or triangle eyeballs, and then 1 sunburst or sunblast. Awesome artwork. We got a little dusk token over here. Not sure what that does, but let's go over her kit really quickly, and then we'll see if we can discover anything else. We have light staff as her basic, 4, 5, 7 defendable, 4 of a kind, increase sundial by 1. Ray absorption is 4 of these eye triangle things. We'll just call them the eyes. Increase sundial by 3. Okay. Heal 2 and then gain a charged gem. Scorching staff looks to be like a fallback of ray of absorption, just because if you don't get the 4th, you're likely going to get a staff here. Deal 5 damage, roll 1. On a staff, add 2. On an eye, increase sundial by 2. On a 6, gain charged gem and increase sundial by 2. Okay, so this is one where you really, really want to roll a 6. I assume the sundial is going to increase or do a lot of powerful things, because that seems to be what a lot of her kit is functioning towards. Radiant energy is 3 staffs and 2 sunblasts. Inflict sunmarked, then deal 6 damage. Sunmarked. So I'm assuming that's a status effect you inflict on your opponent. Maybe it's kind of like a focus fire or a targeted, but we'll see as we go through it. 6 damage is not overwhelming, but maybe the sunmarked really helps make this skill worth it. What I'm noticing too, before we get over to the right side, all of her attacks are defendable. So I'm wondering if she has a way outside of her ultimate to do undefendable damage. If not, she may struggle into some strong defensive heroes, but let's keep going. Ray of Light, small straight, increase sundial by 1, then deal 7. Large straight, sundial by 2, then deal 9. And I think we saw this dusk counter come down here and change this to 14, so I'm wondering what that's all about. The mini alt is Solar Burst, increase sundial by 2, choose 1, gain a charge gem, or inflict sunmarked, then deal 8 damage. Okay. I assume the upgrade, you're probably going to get both of those options. And again, depending on sunmarked and charge gem, I'm wondering how valuable this will be. Simply because, it's kind of like, who was I playing the other day? I was talking about the Moon Elf the other day, and which is ironic, the Sun Elf and the Moon Elf, where like a lot of her value is decreased if you already have targeted your opponent with the targeted token. A lot of her skills then kind of fall off or aren't as strong. So it's like, if you get Radiant Energy, is this going to be worth it to upgrade? Probably not. A lot of the mini alts aren't worth it to upgrade, to be honest. But I digress. Harness the Light, roll 3 on a staff, heal 1. Okay, she's got some healing elements, which is really nice for some sustainability. Eyeball is increased sundial by 1. Burst is increased sundial by 1. So I'm wondering, in the ideal situation, you either want to roll 3 staffs to heal 3, or roll 2 eyes and a 6 to do the sundial to 2. But and then her ultimate is sundial by 3 increase, gain charge gem, inflict sunmarked, then deal 10 damage. Once again, want to shout out the artwork here. Fantastic and phenomenal. Let's see what we can find out about these tokens. Okay, perfect. Actually, let's go back just a tiny edge. Because I assume this is sun marked right here. Or charged gem. Okay, so that's charged gem. Sun marked is a stack limit of 1 negative status effect. When attacked, the attacker heals 2. Wow! And it's persistent. Okay, that's cool. So this is something you want to try and throw on your opponent turn 1, I assume. So if we're going back to her playbook, you probably want to land Radiant Energy or the mini ult turn 1. Radiant Energy is probably more likely. Get sun marked on them, so then every attack moving forward, you're healing 2. That's got to be the way you go, which is really, really cool because it helps increase her sustainability, which I really enjoy. And then we have Charged Gem. This looks to be a player with this token during their main phase rolls 1. On a 1 or 2, gain 1 CP. On a 3 or 4, deal 2 isolated damage, undefendable isolated damage to a chosen player. And then on a 5 or 6, gain a CP and deal 2. Okay, so a little bit of chip damage, which could be nice. Sunmarked is actually really, really interesting. I like the opportunity that she has a lot of heals in her kit. She can heal from a couple abilities, and then if you get Sunmarked, you heal 2 every attack, which makes her defense a little bit more acceptable because, you know, you're going to be healing through a lot of the stuff while you attack and you defend. So pretty cool there. All right. The Sun, dial max 5. So at dusk, so it starts at dusk. When an ability or an effect reads increase sundial, increase the value of the sundial by the same amount. If the sundial would be increased above 5, heal 1 for each point above 5 instead. That's pretty cool. So, like, if you're at 5 and you get something that's like increase sundial by 3, you would heal 3 and then do that ability, which is pretty strong. Again, I'm liking the sustainability through the heal, and I love the artwork. During your upkeep, increase sundial by 1. Whenever this dial reads 5, immediately flip it over to the dawn side. Dawn side. If your offensive roll phase results in an attack, you may choose to add the sundial's value as damage at the end of the roll phase. Reduce sundial by 4. Okay. Okay, so like you're building this up to 5, and then you're going to dump it into an ability. Okay, I think it's going to show us here. Dial's going, gets to 5, switches over to Dawn. Okay, yeah, so this is interesting, right? So if I'm at 5 and I hit a large straight, I should actually heal 2 because I'm increasing the sundial past 5. So I would heal 2, then deal 9 plus 5, 14 damage. So that's not bad. That's a 16 swing value. So we're dumping the 5 into that. So now it's 14 defendable, and I healed 2 from going past that sundial. Okay. Pretty cool. I'm digging the Sun Elf. Kind of reminds me again of like a Deadpool, where like you're healing, you're getting through some opportunities, you're kind of staying alive long enough. So her attacks being undefendable, hopefully the healing offsets that. She kind of seems really bursty, right? So she's gonna, take a turn or 2, do a couple attacks to heal through to get her sundial up, and then unload a lot of damage. So strong defensive characters might do well into her, but also characters with like evasive or smoke bomb or ways to just get around get around defendable damage, prevent defendable damage, or just evade damage in general might be tough for her. What that makes me believe, though, is the Sun Elf will need in her kit cards that help remove or prohibit status effects for your opponent. So I could even imagine the Sun Elf having some sort of cards in her kit that additionally remove status effects. I think that's one way to maybe make her a little bit more consistent if she's not consistent already. Haven't tested her, don't know, but really, really looking forward to giving her a whirl. Stay tuned for more content, and I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.